Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Geeking Out. I'm yours truly, the Diecast, here with my boy, Don Frickin' Prime.
Hello, folks.
Yo, guys, what is up? If you are still wondering why I'm wearing the same damn outfit and the same damn figures on the base, it is because we're on limbo, okay? We're living the same day over and over and over again. And I'm just making videos about it, okay?
Yep. We're living our own Groundhog Day.
Yes, but with the War Machine Mark 1 being relived over and over and over again as a reissue.
Yes. In perpetuity.
But, honestly, when you think about it, is Hottoys living in a Groundhog Day scenario? But every day is slightly different, but every day is pretty much the same. Because we're getting more pre-orders than we are an actual figure release. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I mean, Hot Toys, are you turning into a company that actually produces figures, or are you becoming a company that just announces pre-orders and will eventually get to some of the figures? Yeah, at this point, they've bitten off way more than they can chew. And unfortunately, it's, again, world issues, other, things we are not aware of.
But should that be an excuse, though? Should that be an excuse? I mentioned it before about the pandemic of what happened in 2020, and people are saying they should not use that as an excuse. But at the end of the day, it did happen. It did cause the world to close. It didn't cause one portion of the world to close. It caused the entire planet to close down. Whether it was warranted or not, the governments decided to close down the world. So
Exactly. And here's the thing. Yes or no, you might not like it. You may understand it. It's the world we live in. We can't do anything to change it. I think Hot Toys is in financial issues. And part of the reason we're seeing so many pre-orders is, again, they need an influx of cash to help them stay afloat and to further, innovations and developments that we'll possibly eventually see down the road. But they've got to survive the next year to 2 years, and that's why we're seeing all these pre-orders, because someone that makes these decisions thought they could actually produce all these figures in that short period of time, while they're still working on the figures that we're still waiting on. Unless something is dramatically changed, or will change, like an expansion of a factory, a second location, more workers, anything that would indicate an actual expansion of the company to coincide with the expansion of the announcement of pre-orders. Unless I see that, they're out of their damn mind.
They're out of their damn minds. Hot Toys, you're out of your damn minds. You're out of your damn minds, man. But the thing is, at the end of the day, we were seeing this happen. We were seeing this happening. And like my first 2 years of collecting Hot Toys, I started realizing that a lot of the collectors out there was actually complaining about the delays. And what are you looking at me for? Why are you looking at me for?
I was trying to get in there.
No, you can't get in there. No, you can't. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes.
The delay.
The delays were happening even before I started. And I think it was the reason why we were having these delays is because the sudden boom in popularity with Hot Toys. Like, they started generating a lot of that momentum. And I feel that now we're hitting to the point where, after what happened with the pandemic, it also, like, let's say the pandemic didn't happen, then I don't think the releases would have been too bad. Okay, it still would have followed the same course. But then we hit that bump. We hit that speed bump, and it put Hot Toys on the side of the road. And now they're trying to fix up what they can to get these releases out. And the speed bump was a freaking pandemic, and it pretty much shut down production, right? So now, with what the resources they have, they're trying to playing catch up. And unfortunately, one of the things they're trying to do, like you said, they're trying to recoup what their losses are. And one of the ways is putting out more pre-orders than they are actual releases.
Exactly. I mean, they have to survive as a business, and so they're doing what they feel is necessary for their business to continue to exist. And it's one of those trade-offs. We like what do we like Hot Toys? Do we like collecting stuff? They're making stuff we like. Okay, the caveat is they'll get to it eventually, maybe, but you're going to have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost one of those situations where we'll get to it, but there's nothing we can do till that time frame.
So my question to you is, the main question was, with the video, not with this video's title, is Hot Toys, are you out of your damn minds? Are you out of your minds, Hot Toys? But is the consumer out of their minds, or is the fact that who needs to evolve at this point? Should the consumer evolve to the new practices, or Hot Toys should evolve to meet the demands of the consumer, even though most of the consumers are pretty much at HK versus the outside world, which is United States and Europe, wherever these Hot Toys are sold. Because from what I've been seeing, a lot of these complaints are literally from our side of the pond versus their side.
Yeah. Now, some of the delays, I think, honestly, is Hot Toys saying, "Oh, okay, what's the sudden increase in the popularity of this figure?" Like Rey, all of us, she's released, all of a sudden, boom, she's delayed because Sideshow's getting thousands of orders for her now because Kylo came out, and it's the last chance to ever get her. So I will say, Hot Toys, they actually need to start communicating, even if it's just simple things. Hey, because they did that with the Hulkbuster. They actually put updates out every once in a while on the Hulkbuster, especially during that delay. But I don't think they've ever done that before or after. Just a hey, and again, you don't have to get into specifics. Hey, this was the anticipated date. We're looking at this, or just general ideas. Just putting out 2 or 3 sentences on a social media that can be picked up by the retailers would probably calm 85 to 90% of collectors down. Now, as far as collectors go, and I keep saying this, it's entitlement. It's entitlement in a sense of instant gratification. And it's not just with Hot Toys, it's with everything. People feel, they've placed an order, they should have it right away. And it, it's, and I'm, for certain things, I feel the same way. Like IG-11, mine's been paid off since like the beginning of March, and I'd just like to know where it is. So I have those feelings too, but at the same time, Sideshow can't send me what they don't have, and ultimately it's Hot Toys who sends it to them. So it's both parties. They need to adjust, and again, we as collectors, we also need to mature a little more.
You know what? Since I brought that term up, who needs to evolve, right? Whether it's Hot Toys or whether it's the consumer that needs to evolve, or whether it's both.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I feel that this comment really fits what's going on with this environment, and it's one of my favorite scenes. And hopefully, we don't get hit with the copyright with this video. But
I'll tell you what, let's keep it. World's changing. It's time we change too.
Yep.
Now that's the thing, though. Do we change to meet the what's the word I'm looking for? The reality of what Hot Toys is now, or do we keep pushing and fighting with a company that we are literally throwing money at?
I mean, because here's the thing, the pandemic might have actually increased potential business, or at least exposure for Hot Toys. As weird as that may sound, it might have actually increased their exposure. Again, people are watching more Marvel movies. They're watching more Star Wars movies. They got to find things to do with the kids. They start searching. One thing leads to another. Then they find Hot Toys. Then, you have somebody with disposable income that never found out about them. Then all of a sudden, or they're watching like The Mandalorian, and you have 20,000 orders.
20,000 pre-orders.
That's just for the deluxe Beskar. That's not Beskar Mando as a total. The normal and the deluxe set. 20,000 plus of the deluxe set just for Sideshow. That doesn't include orders for the rest of the world. So
it is a wild take, and I apologize if I'm just showing a lot of Hot Toy related pictures and stuff like that. But this is a discussion I really want to have with Don Prime and share with you guys about, because it is something to not for me to be worried about. Because honestly, I'm a patient man. Okay, I don't have to go gun ho on a figure that is delayed again and again. When it comes out, and I'll get it. I'm okay, with what's going on, because I'm not in a rush to get these figures. Because the thing is, because honestly, for me as a collector, I've got other places to work on. I got 3-0 figures to look at. I've got Hot Toys that I want to catch up on that are already released and they've been out for a while. There's other figures I want to look into versus the new figures that haven't been released yet. And I'm sorry for saying that, because I know there's collectors out there that aren't doing the same thing, that they're focusing on Hot Toys alone, and they want their new bread and butter. And if they keep getting delays, and then getting more pre-orders over actual announcement of figures, people, for example, this fellow here, and you probably already seen his comments already, he's already deciding that he's going to call it quits. Not because the Hot Toys is overflowing with figures. It's the fact that he's just getting tired of pre-orders taking over the Hot Toy brand versus actual releases. He says it right here. Happy for everyone that missed it. I will stop purchasing Hot Toys. No longer need to rush to buy anything anymore if things are getting reissued. That will save me a lot of money now, as I buy around 30 plus a year. My wife will be happy I'm stopping. We'll be canceling a bunch of pending pre-orders. And he got like 40, I think almost 40, 24. So it's actually half. He's at half. That's crazy. Look at the ratio on that comment. Half the community are laughing at him, and the other half does agree that these releases are getting wild, especially the reissues. And he's sounding like a collector that has been collecting for a minute and collecting his older figures, and they're being priced up pretty well. And then if Hot Toys start reissuing, the Grail stats of these prices are going to go down, spiraling down, because the reissues are there.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll be honest. The last sentence in the main paragraph is key, especially with that collector. My wife will be happy I'm stopping. Again, now, how much of that is him physically stopping, and how much of that is him using this as an excuse to stop, and that will also, potentially make his wife happy. No disrespect to the guy, but how much of it is him quitting, and how much of it is him now finally using this as an excuse to stop? Cause some people are just looking for that. Some people are on the edge, or they, or they're burned out, and they're almost looking for that excuse to stop, or that caveat to give them. They're almost looking to give themselves permission to stop and sell off. Because they might have so much time and money invested into collecting or their collection. And so they might feel guilty for leaving, and this is self-justification for that.
The reactions are hilarious, though. Okay. Thanks for your support, everyone. Right, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there, right there. I'll leave that. Mr. Krabs is playing. Leave violin. No, I'm not making fun of you, whoever. I don't think you're ever gonna watch this video, but whoever you are, but. It is. He's not the only one that feels this way. Even if he's finding an excuse, to please his wife. But there's other collectors that I've seen other comments where collectors are literally going for statues now because statues have more limited releases and more value to their grails versus the Hot Toys. So at the end of the day, with more reissues are coming out and less of these figures being released because of delays and all that, does that devalue your collection and devalue the actual reputation of Hot Toys name in general because of these practices?
Again, I can't say to what these people's rationale and why their reasoning for why they're leaving and they're going to cancel pre-orders. And again, it's said in our live stream. Well, if they're out of the game, and where's your sales post?
So where's your sale post?
Yeah, again, if you're out of the game and like you're saying, they're reissuing everything. Okay, it's time for people to you want to make that money back. You're out of the game. Make your wife happy. All right, put up the sales post. Again, let's see what you got and see where you put your money where your mouth is. If you're getting out, get out, and then allow other people to get your figures. And again, if you think they're Grail worthy, put them up and see what you can get for them. It's now there are people legitimately they're more concerned with the money involved in the figure, and like we previously said, they're concerned about it as a Grail status because it's a Grail status and what it's worth, not what it means to them. They have it because it's a Grail and it's worth X amount of money, not because that character meant something or, that emotional attachment, to a scene or something that happened in a movie that you have represented in a figure. There's a big difference between, someone who gets it for the purposes of just getting it because they love the character and it's awesome, or someone who gets the Grail because it's a Grail and now they show that off as a status symbol.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. I think we delved into it a bit in our live stream on Wednesday, and we talked about it that what the definition of a Grail, and then how you interpret that definition to your own practices as a collector. Do you interpret it as something as a personal Grail to you, and you don't care what anybody else says about that Grail being your Grail? Hell, I could have like an old 1977 picture of the cast of the New Hope, Star Wars, the entire cast, but it's all beat up. The pictures are beat up, but it's still a Grail to you, and the price of the value you don't care about it. You care about the history and the emotions that went down in that picture. Versus the versus being mint condition or and you probably won't get a dime out of it. You just care about that cast photo because of the history it created. What I mean? And so at the end of the day, are you collecting because you're emotionally attached to these figures? Or are you collecting because you want that Grail money status that goes into these figures? And there's two different collectors. There's always been that way. It's always been that way for the dawn of time. But at the end of the day, do you continue collecting because you continue collecting because of the value, or you continue collecting because of the emotional connection you have with these figures?
Exactly, like me. I collect because I at this point I only collect what means something to me. But I'm doing the streams and the videos with you. I'm reaching out with the community, with our 6-scale survival page, the Geeking Out page. Because I like the community, I like the interaction, I like being able to discuss things. I like being able to build my own stuff, with my display. I just like everything that, comes with it. Because, again, we are a community, with all the different pages, people interacting. And that, for me, is a part of also why I like to collect these figures. Because, same mindset, we're collecting for similar reasons. And we like to show it off, and we're generally very supportive of each other.
Very interesting. Very interesting to look at that. And I feel that it's more about the connect, like you said, it's more about the connection you have with the community with these figures. Because at the end of the day, I feel that that collectors are gunning for the Grails, are in it for themselves in a way, and they're not caring for about anybody else. But and also there's collectors that do gun it for the grails, but also they feel they are connected to the community and they do care about what other people's interests are. It's just a strange situation, and it's hard to pinpoint who is in the wrong and who is in the right, because a lot of this is definitely in the gray area. There's no wrong way in collecting, there's no right way in collecting. Everything seems to be like in the gray area, because like in that post, literally half the community agrees with him, and half the community just literally want to have laugh in his face, because I'm like, hey, it's not all about you, bro. It's not all about you. A lot of people, like for example, I want to get the War Machine Mark One ever since I started collecting Hot Toys. The only problem is the price. I didn't like it, and I did not want to drop 3 figures price range just to get this figure. Wasted 3 figures I could have gotten versus getting just one. And now I have my own rules when it comes to buying resale products. I usually go for the $100 or $150, but I don't go beyond that. Because like I said, one of these days, Hot Toys is going to be like, you know what? Let's just sprinkle that reissue product right there for y'all, because they know the resale market. And I've been saying this for a good minute. Hot Toys, I feel that they are changing, and the collectors that are in the communities right now are not getting the message. And Hot Toys has been doing this for quite a minute. And I feel they're catering to more of the new products, the new collectors with new disposable incomes coming in fresh out the gate, because they feel that the old guard of collectors, they're more conservative with what they're buying, because they understand what they like now, what they feel they want to get. They know that which lines they don't want to dip their toes in, because it's a freaking money pit. New collectors that come in, they're going to buy whatever the hell they want because they're new to the game. And that's what Hot Toys likes. New money, new collectors. You know what's a great way to bring them in? Entice them with this brand new Grail that they could not get in with straight out the gate, because it was a resale market product that was literally breaking banks. Like, literally you have to drop a damn mortgage payment. You know what I mean? And like, it was getting to that point with the Mark 1 War Machine. It wasn't there like the Mark 47, but was getting there. The Mark 47 right here. I wouldn't have a Mark 47 right now, right next to this Neon Tech War Machine, if it wasn't for the reissue. Like, literally, I was not going to spend $2,000 on one Iron Man. You out of your damn minds. You out of your damn minds if you're going to, as a new collector, me, coming in to buy this figure. That literally, the only reason why I bought this figure was to pose it up with my Spider-Man promo edition Spider-Man figure. Like, I didn't care about this figure as much, because there's other Iron Mans I like better than this. The only reason why I bought it because it goes great with your Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, absolutely, yep. It's a companion piece, but not worth $2,000.
Yeah, it's not worth $2,000. Now, if $350, for a retail Iron Man, then yeah, I got it. Like,
yep.
But if it was for $2,000, hell no. I'm not going to spend $2,000 on one Iron Man figure. That Iron Man figure has to be the end-all, be-all Iron Man figures for me to spend $2,000 on it. Like, it has to be the last Iron Man. Like, something happened in the Bad Batches, and I was able to get that one Prime Edition figure. That's the $2,000 figure, But either way, I feel that Hot Toys are seeing the markets now, and resale market, and they're using this to their advantage to entice new collectors coming in to buy more of the figures. And by doing that, you got this freaking Grail reissued straight out the back for collectors that are coming in with disposable incomes to drop hella cash. And then it's kind of like a gateway drug or gateway plastic, high-end plastic for new collectors. Once you get one, you want to get the other, then the other.
Exactly.
And this is like a good setup for the reissue of the Mark 6. This is a setup right here. If you do not see this happening, the Mark 6 getting reissued, you're out of your damn minds. Because what went well with the Mark 1 War Machine? The Mark 6 in that kill box scenario with the hammer drones. It won't happen anytime. It probably won't happen this year, but it might happen next year with the brand new Peter. Hell, it could probably happen right now if they wanted to. But I bet it's in the works.
Absolutely. and it'll be released. I mean, or at least the March 6th, the announcement will be teased. I think probably towards the end of the year.
End of the year.
Yeah,
Wow, end of the year. I could
because
see.
they might want to, stagger the announcements and therefore the releases. Kind of build themselves in the gap period just in case.
Nah, I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that. But anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Is there anything else you want to share, Don Prime?
Nope. And again, just like I've said before, ultimately, I think both parties are to blame. I think Hottoys, again, if they just put out a little bit of communication, it would alleviate a lot of headaches. And then we as collectors, we need to grow up and realize, again, things in the world have changed. You might not like it as an excuse, but that's the reality. And there's not much we can do other than accept it. We can change, we can adapt, or we can sit back and, in lack of a better word, die in the collecting community. Adapt or die. And that's what we're facing right now.
Mm-hmm. And just like what Batman said in as Vulture in Spider-Man, the world is changing. We have to change too, But at the end of the day, do you think think about this? Do you think because collectors are saying speak with your wallet, but it's hard to speak with your wallet when everyone else is already dropping hella cash for that same figure you're trying to speak your wallet with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Hot Toys is seeing the wallets and they're speaking, and a majority they want those reissues versus the collectors that are being more conservative with their releases or with their purchases anyway.
Exactly.
So, and Hot Toy season. But anyway, guys, thank you for talking out, and please leave your comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts about the current state of Hot Toys. And are you leaving? Are you planning to leave? Are you planning to do a big giant farewell sale on the 6-scale networks or 6-scale Facebook pages out there that do sell products? Are you planning to get out and just spend your newly found cash on a new hobby, like maybe collecting statues, which is actually a lot more limited than the actual Hot Toy figures there. Now, here's the thing, though. A lot of people felt that Hot Toys was in the limited game, but that's not the case anymore because Hot Toys keeps changing, and we got to change too.
Yep. Adapt or die.
Adapt or die. But anyway, guys, hope to see you guys in the next one. And this pretty much ends our videos for this week. We will be coming back for next week for Wednesday streams again, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. I know some of you are asking, where's Aries? I'm going to talk with him. I'm going to find out if he's available for next Wednesday. But like I said, the schedules are changing, and I won't be able to join up with him in his current schedule on his streams on Fridays. So that's the case. But anyway, guys, as always, Don Prime, thank you for joining for these videos and streams. I do appreciate it.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and happy collecting.
And as always, may the force be with you.